Greetings and salutations. It is time for tarot on a Tuesday. Before we get into the cards, let's just take a moment and come to center. Just taking a deep inhale through the nose, full exhale through the mouth. Just relaxing into this moment, allowing yourself to feel into the energy of this moment. Trust that you are safe, you are held, you are guided. Just continue breathing into this moment, deep inhales and full exhales until you feel relaxed, centered, and open. Just breathing in and trusting in this moment, trusting that there's nothing else you need to be doing. There's nowhere else you need to be. Just allowing yourself to be present and to be open. Just breathe and receive. You can imagine a ball of golden light just floating above your head. And just imagine that ball begins to tilt, pouring that light into your body. Just feel that light as it travels down and it spreads to every cell in your being. This light of peace, this light of love. Allow that to flow through you. And just feel it expand and grow until you're surrounded by this beautiful golden light that flows in and out of you. Just taking a moment to acknowledge the presence of our ancestors, our spirit guides, our guardian angels. Feeling into their presence, opening up to their guidance, to their wisdom. Just breathe that in. And as I shuffle, just setting your intention and holding that in your heart space. Allowing the energy that we are co-creating to amplify that intention. Calling in a message in the greatest and highest good of all beings. Both of them landed on my Asata book. Just came in the mail yesterday. Oop. And 3. All right. Oh, 4. All right, so the last 2 that came out, 2 of Cups and the World. Oh, sorry, no, the Wheel. It's like the World, that doesn't sound right. The Wheel. And then we've got Page of Swords and 10 of Swords. Look, she's reading a book, right? Knowledge, allowing ourselves to be open to the wisdom that's available to us. You know, something that said in, or maybe just the last video I had made on my Asata obsession. You know, it's so important that we're allowing ourselves to read, right? To take in information and to you know, expand in our wisdom and our understanding of this country, this world, and you know, the power structures that are currently at play, right? I think it's important for us to take that all in. Interesting. So just looking at this picture though, you know, she's reading the book while she's balancing on a very thin line walking across, right? But she's not worried. She's trusting. She's you know, she's grounded, she's connected. There's a lot happening here. I don't think I've ever pulled this card before, not from this deck. I don't even recall ever seeing it. Neither this one. The 10 of Swords. Kind of looks like she's on the beach. It does look like steps are being taken, but there's also that stillness that's there. And that feeling of kind of looking out at what's ahead. Maybe it's just me when I was looking at the card here, but it kind of almost looks like it could be an eye as well. Like this is the bottom part, and they make up that top part, and she's the iris, kind of like a cat eye that has the, you know, straighter iris. And then yeah, we got the 2 of Cups and the Wheel. So let's see what they say and see what comes through. I kind of want to do the Page of Swords first. All right, so Light Seer, restless energy, curiosity, a thirst for information, learning new things, an apprentice or student, intellectual pursuits, ideas and reasoning, a messenger. Messenger. Shadow Seer, arrogance, gossip, nervous energy, being all talk and no action, dishonesty. All right. Curious and intelligent, this page has a thirst for knowledge that seems unquenchable. She's an incredibly quick-witted communicator, and she's often compelled to share her many ideas or messages with others. At times, she's so talkative that it becomes too much for others to process, and her intense energy can come across as unsettled or even nervous. She suggests using an air of inventiveness in your current pursuit. Your goals will be met by walking a path of honest discovery, especially where others are concerned. Keep the light bulbs of curiosity turned on and cultivate a beginner's mindset as you strive to learn new things. Avoid falling into gossip or even arrogance with your communication. In shadow, this page can be all talk and no action. Remember that everyone who crosses your path has something specific to teach you, and that mirrors are all around. Remain open to unexpected lessons, share truthfully, and delight in every interaction. I learn and I expand my consciousness and open up new opportunities for my life. Yeah. Remember that everyone who crosses your path has something specific to teach you. I think that's so important. If we can reframe, how we, look at certain interactions. A lot of times when things might happen, people might offend us or, awaken different heavy emotions within us. And the immediate response or reaction is to kind of push that away and to avoid or stay away from. And sometimes that's blocking us from some much needed medicine. The people that we meet, the people that might activate us, trigger certain things within us, they're here to teach us something. It's allowing ourselves to be open to those lessons. They might not be easy, they might not be comfortable, but allowing ourselves to be open to them. The more we, stand firm in, this idea that it's the external, the things and the people and the scenarios on the outside that need to change, right? Turn that focus within, and this doesn't mean to take away any accountability from people who cause harm, right? I think accountability is important, right? It's just this idea that sometimes we get so focused and consumed by what someone has done to us that we miss the opportunity to learn from it. We miss the lesson, so it's holding people accountable, but recognizing the inner work that's there, yeah. Ooh. Ten of Swords is right next to it, so we'll do that one. Light Seer, painful endings, crisis, being stabbed in the back, an opportunity to find deep healing, an opportunity to find hope and resiliency. Shadow Seer, resisting the inevitable, not wanting to let go of negative emotions. Rock Bottom, a narrative rooted in lack and helplessness, devastating loss, recovery. This Ten of Swords comes to us in times of blinding truth, when delusion is lifted. Sometimes the truth is painful because it indicates backstabbing or personal loss. This card can mark an abrupt end to our current path and a jarring resolution in the form of a broken relationship, a blocked dream, a fractured partnership, or a discontinued career path. While these endings feel severe in the moment, the most potent seeds of hope are always planted in their place. Remember that our wounds teach us about our greatest strengths and illuminate our innate ability to heal. Your dark night of the soul will be met with a beautiful new dawn that's filled with more light than you've ever experienced. Remain open to love and joy as you process this ending, and look to the sunlight that awaits. Watching the sun peek over the horizon is the highest task of a bruised heart. I am healing every day. Beautiful. Remember that our wounds teach us about our greatest strengths. Again, it's another bringing in that lesson of the heaviness, the lessons that We receive from pain, from our grief, from the heaviest of moments that sometimes feel like we're never gonna make it through those, right? Trusting that there is medicine in all of it, if we're open to receive it, you know, if we are allowing ourselves to receive it, to be open, because we can block ourselves off from it, you know, if we're not willing to recognize what's there for us, if we're not willing to let go of our ideas, thoughts, and beliefs that keep us stuck in this one, you know, identity, this one state of being, you know. Change is inevitable. It's gonna happen, and we can allow ourselves to surrender to that, or we can, you know, go into it kicking and screaming. You know, that's really, it's up to us. You know, it's up to each one of us. We decide, you know, that path of growth. And while either way there's gonna be pain, there's gonna be discomfort, there's a greater ease within surrender, you know, within the acceptance of that pain, within the acceptance of the heaviness. Yeah. Oops. Two of Cups. Light Seer. Romantic partners, soulmates, friendships, connected hearts, passion, kindred spirits, joyful connection and cooperation, union, sometimes marriage, duality, love, consciousness. Shadow Seer, emotional blocks, not being open to receive love, disharmony, unions disrupted, separation, healing past trauma. Healing past trauma. And, you know, a lot of times the ways that we are able to recognize that past trauma that has been stuffed down, the suppressed emotions, what allows us to see those things and to recognize and acknowledge them are the triggers from, you know, the people and the situations and the things outside of us that we come to face, you know. So those external triggers are often guiding us to the things within ourselves that we need to look at, you know. So when an emotion is triggered, when someone might do or say something and you have an emotional response to that, you know, the thought might be that they have done that to you, right? They have bestowed that emotion onto you, but really the stuff that you're feeling, whatever comes up, it was there already, right? It's just now there's an opportunity for you to see it, you know. But yeah, when you share your joy with those around you, you'll attract deep and meaningful ties with others. This card whispers of romance and love, bliss and attraction, and the unity of the like-hearted. Sometimes it signifies the beginning of a new friendship or business partnership, while at other times it marks a profound romantic union. This perfect pairing of matched souls has the potential to develop into the magical and intoxicating entanglement of twin flames, or the merging of paths that will be forever united or changed as a result. If you're single, look for the arrival of a profoundly passionate and devoted lover. Are you putting enough energy into your relationships? How do you see yourself? As one half of a committed pair will deepen and shift as the effervescent magic of the Two of Cups bubbles into your life. The sacred reflection will intermingle spirit, emotion, love, harmony, and balance. I thrive in partnerships, and my heart leaps with joy when I connect. The Wheel. Light Seer. changes, fate, destiny, a lucky break, cycling up through karmic lessons, the chaos of creation, a turning point, serendipity. And then shadow seer, misfortune, karma, a need to relinquish control, the ups and downs of life, the inevitability of change, and unexpected setback. Get ready, sweet soul, for the wheel is about to gift you divine blessings. Synchronicity is afoot, so look for wonderful new opportunities to propel your life ahead. Be prepared for fortuitous meetings or a fork in the path that you will change everything for the better. If you're open to spotting opportunity, it's yours for the taking. Just follow the breadcrumbs of serendipity and fate towards your happy ending. Remember that the wheel is always spinning and that things are never the same as they were before. Learn to enjoy this constant regeneration and know that with every spin we have the chance to cycle upward toward our own expansion and enlightenment. Trying to control the outcome of the Wheel of Fortune would prove to be impossible, so don't. Grab your lucky dice and see the spinning of the wheel for what it really is. All the beauty of a lifetime of experiences waiting to spring forth and be lived. I allow the transformative energies of fate help me expand my experience. Yeah. And I think that also carries in, the lessons, like we are constantly moving through life, and the journey brings with it so many learning experiences, so many opportunities for growth, for us to evolve, right? And it's just being open to it, being open to what is. And the idea that, trying to control the outcome of the Wheel of Fortune would prove to be impossible, so don't. Trying to control the outcome. And I think that's something that so many of us get stuck on sometimes. We have this idea of the outcome that we're working towards, of what it is that we're trying to create. And we get so locked into it, right? That we don't allow ourselves to open our eyes to other possibilities that are available, different routes and paths that we can take. We don't open ourselves up to shifting that vision, that idea, to allowing it to expand, right? We want to box it in, we want to control it and hold it down, and we want it to bend to our will, right? But that's not how the universe works. It's allowing ourselves to truly experience the journey, to live, to be in this world, and experience all that it has to offer us, And the hard lessons are also offerings from the universe, because the hard lessons bring us wisdom about ourselves, about the world around us, right? So yeah. Feeling complete in this moment. Sending so much love. Recommendation. Perhaps look into this book. I've just started it. I'm not too far in. But so far it's really good. It's an easy read. It's not one that, it holds you in, it draws you in. The story, it really does bring you in. It invites you to really receive the story, but yes, with that, I believe I am complete. Sending so much love.